Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurul Izzah binti Shahabuddin and today I will be presenting my field-based project under the School of Management, University Science Malaysia, USM. The title of my project is Factors Influencing Consumer Confidence in Halal Food Products Among Young Adults in Malaysia. Before I begin, let me briefly go through the overview of this presentation. This presentation will cover the abstract, introduction, problem statement, and research objectives, followed by the literature review, methodology, discussion, and also conclusion. The halal food industry is rapidly growing, especially in Malaysia, driven by increasing demand from both Muslim and non-Muslim consumers. In this context, consumer confidence plays a very important role as it strongly influences purchasing decisions, particularly among young adults who are a key market segment. Therefore, this study aims to examine the main factors that affect consumer confidence in halal food products. Specifically, the research focuses on halal certification, product quality, religious awareness, and brand reputation. To achieve this, a quantitative approach was used involving questionnaires and statistical analysis to evaluate the relationship between these factors and consumer confidence. The findings of this study are expected to contribute to halal consumer research and provide useful insight for industry players to improve trust, competitiveness, and long-term sustainability in the halal food market. The halal food industry continues to grow rapidly, with Malaysia playing an important role as a global halal hub. Alongside this growth, consumers are becoming more concerned about the authenticity, safety, and proper certification of halal food products. However, despite strong regulatory frameworks such as JAKIM, there are still concerns regarding trust and transparency in the halal food market. This issue is particularly relevant among young adults who are a key consumer group and are highly influenced by digital information and market exposure. Therefore, this study aims to examine the factors that influence consumer confidence and better understand how trust in halal food products can be strengthened. The halal food industry in Malaysia is rapidly expanding, reflecting strong market demand and growth potential. However, despite this growth, there has been a noticeable decline in consumer confidence. This is mainly due to issues such as misuse of halal logos, improper labeling and violations, as well as doubts about the effectiveness of certification enforcement. Even though Malaysia has strict regulations under JAKIM, trust issues among consumers persist. This situation is particularly important for young adults who are a key consumer segment and are highly influenced by social media and constant information exposure. As a result, there is a research gap in clearly understanding the factors that influence consumer confidence in halal food products. Therefore, this study aims to address this gap by identifying key factors and providing insights to enhance consumer trust in the halal food industry. This study is guided by 5 main research objectives. First, to examine the level of consumer confidence in halal food products among young adults in Malaysia. Second is to identify the key factors that influence consumer confidence in halal food products. Third, to analyze the relationship between selected factors and consumer confidence. Fourth, to determine the most significant factors that has the strongest influence on consumer confidence among young adults. And finally, the study aims to provide practical recommendations to improve consumer confidence in halal food products in Malaysia. This section focuses on halal certification as one of the key factors influencing consumer confidence. Halal certification acts as a trusted verification system that ensures food products comply with Islamic law. It plays an important role in reducing uncertainty and strengthening consumer trust in product authenticity. In Malaysia, halal certification is regulated by JAKIM, which sets strict requirements covering the entire supply chain, including sourcing, processing, packaging, and distribution. This shows that halal certification goes beyond labeling and ensures overall product integrity. As highlighted in previous studies, halal certification also serves as a strong trust signal in consumer decision-making, improving perceptions of product quality, safety, and compliance. However, issues such as misuse of halal logos and fake certification can weaken consumer trust. Therefore, effective enforcement and transparency are essential to maintain confidence in halal food products. Next, in this slide, we'll explain on product quality as a key factor influencing consumer confidence. Product quality in the halal context refers not only to taste and freshness, but also to safety, hygiene, and proper packaging. These elements are important because they directly affect consumer satisfaction, trust, and repeat purchase behavior. Previous studies highlight that halal food product quality goes beyond physical aspects and includes cleanliness, hygienic preparation, and overall safety standards. This means that consumers evaluate both the quality of the product and its compliance with halal requirements. When product quality is high, it strengthens the consumer perception of halal integrity and reliability, which helps to build stronger confidence and brand loyalty. However, poor product quality can significantly damage trust, even if the product is halal certified. This suggests that certification alone is not enough without consistent product quality. The next slide for literature review will explain on religious awareness as an important factor influencing consumer confidence. Religious awareness refers to an individual's understanding and commitment to halal principles, which plays a key role in shaping food selection and purchasing decisions. Previous studies suggest that individuals with higher religious awareness tend to be more careful and selective when choosing halal food products. They are more likely to verify ingredients, check for certification, and ensure product authenticity before making a purchase. This indicates that higher religious awareness leads to greater sensitivity towards halal compliance and strengthens trust in certification systems such as JAKIM. However, it is important to note that consumer confidence is not solely influenced by religious knowledge. Social influence and personal judgment also plays an important role in shaping consumer behavior. Therefore, continuous awareness and education are necessary to further enhance consumer trust in halal food products. Next, let's move to the next slide, which is methodology. This study uses a quantitative, cross-sectional research design to examine the relationship between the selected variables. Primary data was collected through a structured online questionnaire using Google Forms. The questionnaire was divided into two sections, where Section A covers demographic information and Section B focuses on the main variables measured using a 5-point Likert scale. The target population for this study consists of young adults in Malaysia, aged between 18 to 35 years old. A total of 385 respondents were collected for this research. In terms of variables, the independent variables include halal certification, product quality, brand reputation, and religious awareness, while the dependent variable is consumer confidence. This methodology allows for a systematic analysis of how these factors influence consumer confidence in halal food products. This slide will present about the key findings from the data analysis. First, a pilot study was conducted with 30 respondents to ensure the clarity and suitability of the questionnaire before proceeding with the main survey. In terms of reliability, all constructs achieve a Cronbach alpha value above 0.7, indicating that the measurement instruments used in this study are reliable and consistent. The main survey involved 385 young adults in Malaysia. Most of the respondents are female, at 57.9%, with the majority aged between 23 to 27 years old, and a large proportion holding a bachelor's degree. Additionally, the descriptive analysis showed that all variables recorded high mean scores, indicating strong agreement among respondents regarding the factors influencing consumer confidence. Overall, these findings suggest that the data collected is both reliable and suitable for further analysis in this study. Next, this slide will explain about the key results of the study. Firstly, halal certification recorded the highest mean score, indicating that young adults place strong importance on official halal certification when evaluating halal food products. Secondly, the hypothesis testing results showed that all independent variables have a positive and significant relationship with consumer confidence. This means that each factor plays an important role in influencing consumer decisions. Among these factors, product quality was found to have the strongest relationship with consumer confidence. This highlights that elements such as safety, hygiene, freshness, and overall product performance are key drivers of trust. Overall, the findings confirm that consumer confidence is influenced by a combination of factors, including halal certification, religious awareness, brand reputation, and product quality. This section will explain about the key findings and their implications. Firstly, product quality was identified as the strongest factor influencing consumer confidence. This shows that young adults place high importance on aspects such as safety, hygiene, freshness, and overall product performance when evaluating halal food products. Secondly, halal certifications remains an important factor as it builds trust through official verification by authorities such as JAKIM and helps reduce uncertainty in the food supply chain. In addition, religiosity also plays a significant role, as individuals with higher religious commitment tend to have a stronger trust in halal products and are more careful in their consumption choices. Brand reputation is another important factor, where well-known and reputable brands are perceived as more credible and reliable, contributing to long-term trust and loyalty. Finally, halal awareness enhances consumer confidence by improving knowledge and decision making, highlighting the importance of continuous education and awareness campaigns. Overall, while several factors influence consumer confidence, product quality remains the most dominant driver among young adults in Malaysia. In conclusion, this study successfully identified several key factors influencing consumer confidence in halal food products among young adults in Malaysia. The results show that all variables have a significant and positive relationship with consumer confidence. Among these factors, product quality was identified as the strongest influence, followed by the halal certification, religiosity, brand reputation, and halal awareness. This suggests that consumers evaluate halal products not only based on religious requirements, but also on product quality and brand credibility. In terms of practical implications, business should focus on improving product quality and innovation, while ensuring transparency in halal practices. At the same time, authorities should strengthen certification enforcement and enhance consumer education. Overall, consumer confidence is essential for the long-term sustainability of the halal food industry, and strengthening quality, governance, and trust will further position Malaysia as a leading global halal hub.